What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is October 10th of 2017. Well, folks, as you keep up with the channel, you know that from time to time we cover the big players in the cryptocurrency space, and today we're talking about no other than Ethereum. A lot of you always ask me about, what my opinion is on Ethereum. Like, Nick, do you think it's a good time to buy? Is it a good time to, get into Ethereum? Is this a good long-term play? And I'll go ahead by saying that I think Ethereum is a great long-term play. However, I do have some serious issues with its price action going into one of the next big, largest updates for the network. Ethereum itself, if we take a good look back over the past few months, had a fantastic rally this year. Going in from February all the way up to the peak in June, Ethereum had an amazing run up. It went all the way to $400. And during the first altcoin bubble, that was something to marvel. Ethereum became the second largest player in cryptocurrencies. And because of that, it is a very important player to watch. At the same time, it's also very prone to be volatile for one of the larger players because it came up so quick and so fast. Now, to be fair, I like Ethereum long term. I can definitely see why Ethereum has the valuation it does because of its absolutely massive community, scale of adoption within the period of time it's been around, the use cases that come with the Ethereum network. I mean, there's just an absolute abundance of opportunity with Ethereum. And of course, like other people, I think Vitalik's an interesting guy, and I'd like to learn more about him personally. But anyways, again, the Ethereum community and the network itself has made a name for itself. It's become a large player in the cryptocurrency space, and it's been rightfully placed second in the cryptocurrency market. The problem is in the price action. Over the past few months, we had a cool down from the altcoin bubble, completely fine. I was expecting, hopefully, that we would get something around a 40 to 50% correction, and we got a little bit more than that. We got pretty much a support around 7 million Satoshis. And I think that was a perfect level to pull back to. And you can see that back here, we had some common support over here, as well as, it's generally close to the previous resistance over here. Not exactly, but relatively close. Somewhere in between there became support. And I think that was very nice for Ethereum and how it kind of cooled down here and was going sideways. That's what you need sometimes in a pullback, and it sometimes needs to be drawn out if you're going to run up this fast, this quick. I mean, again, it was very necessary for the time. Not to mention Bitcoin has been going up, so the USD value of this is still killing it. The problem lies in the fact that it's not keeping up with Bitcoin. Now, with two currencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, going into their forks, coming this month, there's kind of a debate of which one is going to be more optimistic. Bitcoin with Bitcoin with Bitcoin Gold, or Ethereum with Byzantium. Well, there's a problem here, at least in the short term. I don't think in the long term. I think the long term Ethereum is fine. The problem here lies in two things. It lies in the fact that Bitcoin investors are going to get free Bitcoin Gold. Now, this could be very short-lived, where people go out and buy a lot of Bitcoin, and then they just sell it all. We saw that with Bitcoin Cash when people had the opportunity to finally sell it. And I think you'll see the same thing. I'm just saying for the short term that Ethereum investors might want to be a little wary because Byzantium isn't bringing too much benefit to the short term of investing in Ethereum. Now, of course, again, if you're a long-term investor, I wouldn't panic too much, but I think that there's a great opportunity in a short window of time to get out of Ethereum, wait for a pullback to come in, and be able to get into it cheap. There's a few things that make me feel that way. One, we broke the 200-day. That was a big, big no-no. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it was a big no-no-no. We cannot have that because Ethereum was supposed to hold the 200-day. The 200-day is the perfect indicator to show when a cryptocurrency has, knocked off its exuberance and it's looking for serious support. We didn't get that. We had an opportunity, but we wanted to follow the descending triangle, and that is a bearish pattern. This isn't a descending wedge, folks, a descending triangle. And when this happens, when you have something like this going into a catalyst, an update like the Ethereum hard fork or the first phase of Metropolis Byzantium, it's a little bit worrying. Now, of course, all altcoins sold off the other day because Bitcoin has been doing great. But if it can't keep up with Bitcoin, that shows that optimism is going towards Bitcoin comparative to Ethereum for the short term. Now, I understand a lot of you Ethereum lovers out there are probably mad at me for doing this, but I'm a personal holder in Ethereum. That shows you at least, I think, a genuine sense of honesty. I do believe in Ethereum long term, but I always want to share with you all, if I see a trading opportunity, it's out there, in my opinion. It's right here. And you can see that in the volume from yesterday. 168,000 Bitcoin volume traded for Ethereum. That's pretty big. In fact, it's the most volume we've seen in months. Okay? So again, we have to take that with more than a grain of salt. That's a pretty stellar movement. Now again, you have to do your own research. You have to see if you think the trading opportunity is there. I will tell you all what I think is personally going to happen to Ethereum. If we cannot maintain this support level here at 6 million Satoshis, I think what we could see is possibly a rollover and a pullback down to a level around 5 million Satoshis. Now, to a lot of people in the crypto space, that's not a big deal, and they just say, like, no, I'm going to hold my Ethereum and, buy on a dip. And if you want to do that, that's fine. I just want to emphasize that I really see there being a potential pullback in this. I love Ethereum, but this technical pattern is not good, folks. For those of you out there who are wanting to learn technical analysis, you've got to be fair in regards to even the ones that you love in the crypto space, even the Ethereum or, Bitcoin, Monero, Litecoin, whatever your cryptocurrency might be. You've got to be fair. Sometimes the technical patterns speak against our own wishes and desires. And I got to say, as much as I have Ethereum, I'm really considering dropping some temporarily and, reallocating it into other altcoins. So again, I'd like to hear what you all think about this, because this is, kind of a brought up topic I hadn't really talked about too much on my channel, but I really do see a pullback coming in Ethereum. I think that it needs to happen. I think we might get a little bit more than the standard 50%, because Ethereum had a massive run up. And we see in a lot of cryptos, like for example in ARK, where we have pullbacks more than 50%, more around 60 to 70%. So, again, folks, I'd like to hear what y'all think about it. Leave a comment down below. If you got a coin, token, or topic you want me to cover on this channel, you feel free to reach out in the comments below and let me know. But until then, everyone, I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.